So Trevor is officially the most passionate usher I have seen on the planet. The man opens that door at the speed of light. And he's just so excited in serving. So Trevor, give us a bit of background. And hold the mic nice and close to your mouth when you speak. Share with us. Give us a bit of background.
Morning, Andre. Morning, congregation. Well, I've been born and bred in East London all my life. I've known God all my life. I've just never walked with God and spoken to God. And coming to Shofar, my first encounter, I was so overwhelmed. And I remember I was sitting right in the back where the fire hydrant is there, trying not to be noticed. And I said to God, please come into my life. I need you. I've had destructive ways. I have still some destructive ways. And I asked God to speak to me because I hear everyone saying God spoke to me and God told me this and God told me to do this. And I said, God, please speak to me. You know, I want you to speak to me. And at the back, everyone's standing and Andrew was on stage ministering. And I saw one of those flags was started to wave there. And I was like, wow. And I actually sat down on my chair. I could not believe that God was speaking to me. And the flag was waving, and I knew that's a sign, God speaking to me. Until everyone sat down, and I noticed the woman that was waving the flag. But since then, I gave my life to God. I asked God to come into my life to heal my destructive ways, which He did. And still is. And I was so overwhelmed that the second appearance at church, I asked my son to come. And it has just bonded us so much. The church, Jesus in this church has bonded us so much.
That's
we
awesome.
have a bond now that we've never ever had before, Andre.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so you say to me that you were a bit of a dop and chop guy.
Yeah, I had destructive ways, Andre, and I was for my son's life, from being born, he's turning 70 next month, I've been a dop and chop guy. You know, you go to a bar, I'm sure some of you know about it, and you have a dop and a chop, and then you have 4 more dops, you know, and a couple of more dops, so more dops than chops. And by the end of the night, you've had so much dop that the chop's still on the bar and it's black, you know. I woke up one Sunday, and before I came to service, I said to my son, I'm not going to drink anymore. It's not good for me. And my son said to me, yeah, Dad, we'll see. Well, on the 21st of this month marked just over 5 months, 9 days, and I think 2 hours and 22 seconds, if I'm calculating, that I haven't touched drink and I'll never go back to it. And that's just one way that God's enriched my life.
Come on, give Jesus praise. That's awesome. You know, and that's the evidence of true salvation, is that there needs to be change. There needs to be change. You can't just add Jesus and go on as usual. When you add Jesus, He says, okay, right, let's change something. Let's change. That's bad for you. That's bad for you. That's bad for your relationship with your son. Let's change that. And so that's beautiful. Can
I just add, Andre, Jesus through the ministry in this church and your ministry there's no words. It's unbelievable. I mean, what other church do you know that Jesus talks to that even the birds come to listen to Andre's sermon? I mean, so that's how good it is. And, you know, I'm a country fan by nature. I've grown up with country all my life. My son's grown up with country. We love country music. So when we play pool at night or we play a game of darts or we're having a bra, we put some music on. And lately, since being a chauffeur, it's a fight of who's going to get to the TV first, whose Bluetooth can connect first, because he wants to play his Christian songs. And it's so nice for me. It's so touching for me to wake up in the morning. I get up about 5:20, and I hear my son singing in the shower, and he's got this Christian music in the background, and he's singing to. He knows all the words, and he often brags about how he knows the words better than I do. So it's like he's coming to church more than I am, but he just listens to it.
That is awesome. To see real change in one's life.
Absolutely.
Is amazing. And to see the change in your relationship with your son, that is beautiful. So about Life Group, how has Life Group impacted you and helped you to reach others?
The Life Group, I would suggest anyone go to Life Group. the life group, you know, it's your spiritual family there. They're there to advise you, to assist you, to help you. I'm so connected with my group, unbelievably. I was trying to convert someone at work. That's a non-believer. And they posed a question to me which I couldn't answer directly, and I didn't know how to answer it. So on one of the life group nights, I approached the group and I said to them, this is the question I have, you know, how do I deal with this? How do I answer it? And I got numerous different responses, which I took back to my colleague. And he actually sat and listened to me, and he was convinced. And he said to me, I never thought of it from that aspect. And, you know, from him saying, you know, I don't believe in your Jesus, I don't believe in your Jesus, he says, seeing you, how you transformed and how my life's changing, and I'm a happy guy at work. I'm just prankster of note. They know me. I play around a lot. And he says, I want some of what you got. I said, well, come to Shofar, you know. And not yet. I haven't convinced him yet, but at least he no longer believes that Jesus doesn't exist. Put it that way.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And that ultimately also, you know, it needs to happen. Our lives people should see that there's a change.
Absolutely.
So Trevor shared with us the one time how he tried to reach his colleagues at work. And I thought it would be good for him to share it with us, because this is how you are not supposed to do it. Please share with us, Trevor.
Okay, as I said, at work I'm a bit of a prankster, so the guys that, you know, like, kind of mock me, or I'm always Shofar this and write on the desk pads or whatever. So I targeted the 4 that I knew that needed targeting, and every Monday morning they have their coffee, make their coffee in the kitchen, come forward onto the floor, and then they stand and they chat about the weekend, and, you know, talking in general. So one Pacific Monday morning I got to work pretty early with half a kg of salt, and I threw it in the sugar pot, and I mixed it around. And then I went and I waited for them to come. They all made their coffee, they came, and it was funny. I don't know if it was Jesus saying, I've got you on this, or that's how I felt. But they almost simultaneously, all 4 of them took a sip of their coffee, and a big one, and they all spat it out at the same time. And they looked at me and they said to me, because I wasn't drinking coffee, why are you not drinking coffee? I said, no, I just don't feel like it today. And I was like trying to say, no, it's not me. There's another guy that's a prankster, it's him. And then one guy came from the back, he said, it's definitely Trevor. So they said, what do you mean? I had an A4 paper which I wrote on, come to Shofar on Sunday, they don't have salt in their sugar.
Awesome. Let's give him a hand. Thanks, Trevor.